Hello and welcome to a new video.
È ancora qui. L'ho costruita con le mie mani. Quante corse, papà.
Ah, la Ferrari perde anche questa volta e sorpasso della macchina blu.
Che peccato. Sì, arrivo.
Oh, papà!
Dai, vediamo cosa c'è!
Oh, ma è per Monza! Sì. Siete i migliori!
Ti meriti tutto, papà.
Guarda che spettacolo! La Ferrari in testa a Monza! Che emozione!
Lego brings the joy of your youth to every moment.
In this video we are going to see how we can create a commercial ad completely from zero with videotok. So once I'm inside, we will start generating it completely from zero. So we have different ways to create a commercial ad. One way would be with a faceless video story, completely automatic. And once we have that in automatic, we can modify and change things, starting with the video editor, and we will start to generate it from zero. So how this is going to work is, first we have to think on which is the story that we want to create. So here inside videotok on the left, we will have all the AI options to generate images, videos, all the AI models and everything. On the right, we have the option to edit that video. And on the left side, we have different things. One of them is the chat. So we can open it and close it. And here in the chat is like talking with ChatGPT, Claude, Gemini, etc. And we can ask for things. So one of the things that I can ask is, I want to read a story about sad 50 years old man, but as I'm able to watch it ever in bus to see it in this. So here we can put the story that we want to generate, ask it for the form for the chat. So my story is going to be about Formula One, because right now, for example, we are having all the Formula One teams presenting their cars. So we can generate that story. So once I ask for the story, I want to ask, let's say 60 seconds a story about it. It needs to be sad, happy. So here we can paste which is the story that I want, and the AI chat, it's going to give me like some visual clues and some voiceovers and things that I can start to generate for my story. So here we are having everything. Let me share it together with you. Okay, so it gave me a mix of visuals and voiceover. I'm going to say, who give me a voiceover or visual? Just the whole script of the story, just the text. So we can instruct the AI to give the answers as we want them. Now I'm going to say, okay, just give me the scenes in one sentence. So once I have the scenes, we can start working there. So here we have like the general story. So now we can start to generate the images. I'm going to copy the first one and paste it here. More handsome, having TV from one dusty mirror is let's put him old, 65 years old man. 3D Pixar style. So I'm going to do it in the Pixar style 3D. Let's generate the image. So for this image, I'm going to do it turn horizontal. I'm going to select any of the models that come by default. We can try different ones. I'm going to try 2 different models so we can see which are the differences between them. Or let's test another one even, set 3. So we can test all these 3 models. And once we have that image, we can start generating other ones. A way to create the commercials is, once we have the initial images, we can start modifying them to integrate the product we want to promote. In this case, for example, we are generating these images. So here we have this one, here we have this one, and we have also this other image. So we have these different images. This could be a good way to start integrating our product. So in this case, I'm going to go with the C-Dream 4.5 is the image that I prefer. It evokes more nostalgia and everything. So I'm going to select the image, and then I'm going to integrate the product that I want to promote. In this case, it would be really easy to promote the Lego F1 cars. So we can integrate the Lego brand inside all these cars. So we can select one of the cars that we want. Let's change this one and paste it here. So we have the first image and the second one. Now with an edit model that it's a bit better. So in this case, Nano Banana Pro, I would say change the old white car from the first image for the Lego Ferrari car within the same style of the first image. the Lego car must be old. So we want to keep the same structure, the same image, but with the new car that we want to promote, because we are promoting this brand. So once we have this, we can elaborate the whole story to promote this product. So yes, let's wait a few seconds to have this image and we can continue generating our story. Great, so now we have the image generated. We can open it, we can see that it's the Lego F1 car. That's amazing. Now we can start generating our story and promoting it. So the second part that the AI said is montage of him watching races on small TV, seeing as he checks expensive tickets online. So one thing we can do is select this image, select again the product image that we want to promote, add it here, and now with the edit option and selecting Nano Banana Pro, because probably it's one of the best models to keep in all the consistency between all the scenes, we can say a similar prompt to what we used originally, but with the second idea. So montage of him watching races. So the person is watching a race. So a 65-year-old man, 3D pixel style, is watching a Formula 1 race on the TV. Next to the TV, we can find the label Formula 1 Ferrari box with the same style image. So here we have this image generated, and we can generate it as many times as we want to be sure that it's going to be exactly as we want. So I'm just going to select the image again, having this one as the second one, and I'm going to try the same prompt but with a slightly variation. And later we will animate all these images and mount the whole video. Okay, next to the video was a little Formula 1 Ferrari box with the same style of the first image. Update, let's say camera, let us see the man on the TV from a side. So let's try a different camera angle. So we have all these things generating. Great. Now, meanwhile, we can start also with the third one. Surprise birthday party with family gathering around, hanging in an envelope. Okay, perfect. So to generate the first scene, I'm going to wait to have the second one so we can have the same person, the same old man, and recreate it in the new scene. So here we have an image already. So here, for example, we have the product placement. He is watching the TV. Okay, that's perfect. Let's watch it. Let's wait just a few seconds for the second image and we can continue. Great, so now we have another image generated. This works quite well. I think I'm going to go with this second image because I prefer that the product is far away, so all the small elements or imperfections are not noticeable, that it's going to look better in the whole ad. So once we have the product, the image that we want, we are going to generate the third image, always using the edit image Nano Banana Pro to have the same consistency with the person. Generate a new image. The man from the first image is now to this. Surprise birthday party with family gathering around, finding him an envelope. Okay, envelope is letter size. So letter size because it's going to be like the ticket from the Formula 1. And I'm going just to put the same thing that he's a 60-year-old 3D pixel style. So we are going to reuse this prompt every time so the AI knows everything and that's the generation much better. Okay, once we have the envelope, we will be able to generate this fourth scene and then the last one with the final race. Right now we have the other image generated with all the family together celebrating. This fourth image, I'm not going to generate it because we are going to do something special with the AI model. I will show it to you. And then we have this one final shot at the racetrack and some fans watching cars speed with pure joy. So I'm going to select the image of the man, put the old 60 years old man in this situation. Final shot at the racetrack, one racetrack, and some fans watching cars speed where it's pure joy. We can see some promotions in the track, the Apple product. And we can end also adding again a placement of the product that we are promoting. So we just say we can see some promotions in the track promoting the Lego product. Let's get 3D Pixar style to have the same consistency and keep everything in the same details. So I'm going to try 2 times this image again, just to be sure that we get the perfect shot. That's awesome. Now we have all the generations that we want to promote the product. Now what we can do is start animating this scene. So let me close the chat and let's start animating everything. So I'm going to delete the images that we are not going to use. From this we can start animating everything. So the first one, it's going to be this, and now I'm going to use image to video, and I'm going to use an AI model. So the AI model I want to test is Sora. So I'm going to test the Sora true model, select 4 seconds. So I want to have a quick scene, and let's say something like 2 cats. So inside the Sora model, for example, we can prompt the AI to have like 1 scene and then generate another scene, then generate another. So how it works is I'm going to say, oh, 55 years old man, very Pixar style. So to have this style every time. He's crying again. There have one car from the past, Then let's do a cat. So I'm going to put like brackets and say cat, and do old man. Remember, he was a child building the Lego car. So we have 1 scene, then a cat, and then we have the second scene. I'm going to use Sora 2 Pro because I want to get the maximum quality from this video. So we are going to do a super commercial ad, and we have to generate the best possible ad. Once we have that, we can start generating the next things. So the next things is what was this image. So once we have this image, I want to generate just something quite quick. And for this, we can do something like the man 55 years old 3D Pixar style. It is watching a Formula 1 race in the TV. It's quite sad because then a new cut. So we have like different scenes in the same video, and say suddenly someone calls to the door and he wakes up. And okay, yeah, suddenly someone calls to the door of the house and he stands up. So we can start generating this again with Sora 2 Pro, because Sora is really good with characters, especially if we are going to use it with real people. I don't recommend it because Sora is going to block the generation. For that kind of images, probably it's going to be better to use Kling, Syntrim, or Bio for those generations with real people. But with animations and cartoons, etc., we can use Sora 2 without any problem, and it's going to be really good. Okay, let's generate another scene. So 65 years old man, really Pixar style. So just keeping all these instructions the same every time. Family came and he's super happy. They give him an envelope present. Okay, here I'm going to do 2 cuts, 3 in total. The first one, a second one, and a third one. We can try different cuts with Sora, so this is going to work quite well. And in the second one, he close up to the envelope. The man opens it and finds Formula 1 ticket for Monza, Italy. So they give him the present. So he's going to find the present. Cut, the old line jumps and starts crying. Happiness, ballet, art, screams. Yeah. Okay, and scream something in Italian to make it more even realistically. Then we can select different durations. I'm going to test it with 4 seconds just to have like something quite quick, or we can test different durations. So in this case, I'm going to test it 2 times, one with 4 seconds, another one with 8 seconds, so we can see which are the differences if we like one more or the other, just because we are going to have like different cuts. Or we want to test another one with 12 seconds, but doing another cut, so adding even more things. Then, so the last cut that I'm going to try with this 12 seconds is from one of the people present in the scene. We look to the man's face. He's sad and happy at the same time. So we can change like this variation. So with every cut, we try to have a new camera angle into the scene. And then let's generate the last one. So this one was a disaster. Probably this one is better, but the Legos are not there. So the Lego products are not what we want. So let's try to generate the same prompt. So let's get the image, do some edit image, Nano Banana Pro, and then select the product again. But let's try to change it a little bit, the prompt. So I'm going to change we can see some promotions. So instead of some promotions, let's say we can see some advertising posters from the track promoting the Lego product. Okay, let's say the track is Monza in Italy. So let's add a little bit more of information. And this can happen with AI models. Probably we are not going to get the perfect image for more for a commercial that we want to keep the details in every image, in every small details. So we will have to generate the images probably 3-4 times to get the perfect shot. We can see that some videos are already being generated. We can watch them together and start mounting everything.
I built this with my own tiny hands. Never thought it'd land.
So I really like it, but probably I'm going to make it longer because it's quite good. So I'm going to get the image and try to make this longer. So with Sora, let's do 8 seconds. And then let's do 8 seconds. And then we need to cut it. Probably we can do it, but we can try different things. Meanwhile, I'm going to add this one to the video editor so we can start generating everything. Let's put it horizontal, white landscape, and here we have the generation now. Let's check these images. So here, it's not right there. So I'm going to try that. Let's modify a little bit more the prompt. Put it in this situation. Formula or a racetrack. Here it is in the stands. Hands-on fans. Yeah, that was the problem. Once on hands-on fans, we don't really like that. Watching cars speed with video. We can see some advertising posters from this bar promoting the Lego product. The track is in Monza, in Italy. So he's in the stand now. He's in the paddock club watching the race. Let's try this. Let's add the product. Absolutely. We don't have to forget it because we are doing a promotion for Lego. So we have to make sure we generate the right product. So I'm just going to remove the images that we don't want and continue adding all the generations. Here we have another generation.
And the Ferrari drops another place as they head down the straight.
No, this is quite good, but let's do it again. So I really like them, so I'm just going to make them longer and we can have all these things. Yes, let's do it 8 seconds. So we now have all the generations. Meanwhile, I'm just going to add everything here so we can see the differences. This one was the 4 seconds also.
Grazie! Siete I migliori!
This is quite nice. I'm going to add everything, then later we will modify it to have the longer scenes. So here in the video editor, we are having everything. So yeah, that's much better. Great. So this is nice. I just want to check how is the viewer from the person. Yeah, perfect. So once we have the final scene, let's do just 8 seconds. So the man is picks up style 65. Yeah, sold. So I'm just saying, okay, the 3 cuts we want. We are going to try to have a final scene where the level up appears on the middle of the screen. Let's try it. Let's generate it. At the same time, I'm going to try it without the evil scene. Let's do 4 seconds in this case, so we can trust the different things. Once we have all the video scenes generated, we can mount all the video and finish it. At the same time, we can generate some music for the commercial. So we can do it with lyrics or without lyrics. So here in the generation types music, select the duration we want. In this case, I'm going to go with 30 seconds. And let's place the same prompt I used for the image, but this was changed to our car, so the original prompt, and then we can paste it here and close up on, okay, soundtrack or a trailer or a 3D Pixar or trailer or a 3D Pixar style movie where a 65 years old man dreams to watch once is live from online. So here we can paste prompt for the music, and here the same. I'm going to try it with 30 seconds and 60 seconds so we can test the different ones and the different situations. And once we have everything, we can continue editing. Great, now that we have everything generated, I have just added everything into the timeline, so we can increase even the timeline if it helps us. And then I generated 2 voices that I wanted to add at the end of everything, and then there are some generations that have something that it's better, another generations that have all things that are better, so I did a mix. So for example, I had this is one generation, but on top of it I added one part of another generation because I like it more. And then when you do all these changes, all these things, you can work doing these transitions. So here I add the fade in, fade out. I work a lot with this kind of transitions because I really like to do them. So here you can see like the transition, and then at the end I added some transitions. So I added them with the fade, and also if we click here, we can add also this auto fade, and we can work on all these kind of transitions. And then here also mounting everything, cutting some imperfections, putting the videos in the others. For example, I really liked this video more, but I liked the audio of the second one, so I just added one layer for the audio and then the video that I liked on top of it. So we can watch it, and we have our full commercial of 28 seconds more or less, I think. Yeah, 29 seconds. It's ready to use it in every place we want to do this kind of words. Like, let's watch it.
È ancora qui. L'ho costruita con le mie mani. Quante corse, papà.
Ah, la Ferrari perde anche questa volta e sorpasso della macchina blu.
Che peccato. Sì, arrivo.
Papà!
Dai, vediamo cosa c'è!
Oh, ma è per Monza! Sì. Siete i migliori!
Ti meriti tutto, papà.
Guarda che spettacolo! La Ferrari in testa a Monza! Che emozione!
Lego brings the joy of your youth to every moment.
And that's it. We have a full commercial that we can use wherever we want. So we can do these kind of things for our brands or for all the clients that we are working with. Then it's just exporting the video and putting everything perfect. So that's how you can use VideoTok to create commercial ads with full control from zero. See you in another video, and let me know in the comments if you want to watch any kind of video in specifically.